They told you wealth was gold. They told you fortune was a mansion on the hill, a car that roared louder than your doubts, a title carved in glass and steel. But the truth is simpler, harder, sharper. Wealth is not in your bank account, not in your possessions, not in the applause of strangers. Real wealth is hidden in the furnace of your soul, in the strength you summon after life has knocked you down and left you bleeding in the dirt. Resilience is the currency of the brave. And every time you rise from the ashes of failure, you prove to the world that you're already rich beyond measure. Think of Thomas Edison, stumbling through 10,000 experiments, his lab filled with smoke, his fingers blistered, his notebooks crowded with what the world would have called mistakes. 10,000 failures, until one success illuminated the planet. That is resilience, the refusal to surrender, the audacity to turn rejection into revelation. Edison wasn't wealthy because he invented the light bulb. He was wealthy because he endured the darkness long enough to bring the light. Look at Abraham Lincoln, a man defeated in business, rejected in love, crushed in election after election. He buried children, fought depression, and walked through valleys where hope seemed absent. Yet he rose again and again until he rose all the way to the White House, not as a polished politician but as proof that persistence is greater than pedigree. His resilience shaped the destiny of a nation. And what about you? How many times have you been knocked down, laughed at, ignored, left behind? How many times have you stared at the ceiling at 3 in the morning wondering if you have the strength to try again? You think those scars are signs of weakness? They are proof you are still alive, proof you have endured, proof that resilience flows in your veins like an unbreakable inheritance. Every scar is a badge of survival. Every fall is a reminder that gravity does not own your spirit. You see, life is not supposed to hand you an easy road. Napoleon Hill said, "Every adversity carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. But the seed only grows if you plant it in the soil of persistence, water it with discipline, and expose it to the light of belief. Without resilience, the seed dies in your hand. With resilience, it grows into forests that shelter your dreams." The problem is that most people confuse comfort with success. They think the goal is to avoid falling, to build a life so padded and predictable that failure never knocks on the door. But comfort is a thief. It steals your hunger, it steals your edge, it steals your destiny. Real success is not found in never falling, it is found in refusing to stay down when you do. You cannot build muscle without resistance. You cannot build courage without fear. And you cannot build resilience without being broken, tested, stretched to the limits of your soul. Henry Ford faced bankruptcy 5 times before he built the company that carried his name. Imagine the whispers around him: he's finished. He's delusional. He should quit. But Ford refused to let failure write his obituary. He saw every collapse as a rehearsal for greatness. He knew that failure was not the opposite of success, it was the foundation of it. Each fall was a teacher. Each setback was a map. Each moment of despair was raw material for his empire. Resilience is not glamorous. It doesn't post pictures on Instagram. It doesn't win trophies overnight. Resilience is quiet, grinding, unseen. It's the alarm clock that rings after your dream collapsed yesterday. It's the decision to get out of bed when your heart says stay down. It's the courage to walk back into the arena knowing you might lose again, but believing you might win this time. Resilience is the soul's declaration: you cannot break me, no matter how many times you try. And when you master resilience, the world cannot enslave you. Money can be stolen, titles can be stripped, friends can abandon you, and dreams can crumble. But if you have resilience, you have the wealth to rebuild all of it again, and faster, stronger, greater than before. That is why resilience is the real wealth. Because no economy can crash it, no thief can steal it, no fire can burn it down. Resilience lives inside you, waiting to be awakened by the blows that life throws. So the next time you fall, do not curse the ground. Thank it for teaching you how to rise. Thank the failure for showing you what you must learn. Thank the pain for shaping the steel inside you. And then rise, not as the same person, but as someone stronger, wiser, unshakable. For every fall, every heartbreak, every rejection, every betrayal is preparing you for a future that weak men will never touch. They quit too soon. They feared too much. But you will rise every time you fall.